Alrighty guys, UFC 319 is one for the history books. It was a banger of a card in Chicago, Illinois. Khamzat Chimaev absolutely ragdolls Dricus du Plessis. Lerone Murphy and Carlos Prates land knockouts of the month, of the year, maybe even of the century with those spinning elbows. We've got a lot to talk about at UFC 319, so let's recap the main fights at UFC 319 in Chicago, Illinois. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a brand new UFC post-fight recap show. In today's video, guys, we'll be recapping UFC 319 that just happened last night. Just got to finish watching all the main fights. I only got to watch the main event last night. I was busy doing my NASCAR work, and by the time my pressed upload on my post-race review, oh, the main event's about to start. Might as well go down and catch that so I don't have to watch it tomorrow. But anyway, what a great night of fights in Chicago, man. That was some banger fights from top to bottom, and yeah, I guess we'll start right from the top. Khamzat Chimaev absolutely ragdolls Dricus du Plessis. Like, complete ragdoll. Like, Dricus had absolutely no answer for whatever Khamzat brought him there on the ground. Like, it was amazing to see. I mean, you could honestly say every round was a 10-8 beside that last round where Dricus actually got up and did a couple things. But a 50-42 scoreline was not out of the question there by any means. Khamzat pretty much just gave Dricus 20 seconds to try and do something on the feet. And then it was just, whoop, grab the legs, you're on the floor, try and get up, I dare ya. That's literally how this fight went. There was literally no ifs, ands, or buts in between. I'm surprisingly very hot on my feet, so I'm gonna turn on my fan real quick. Oh, it's been a long day, guys. It's been a long day with not a lot of sleep. I cannot wait to go to bed tonight. I keep mindlessly looking at my phone like, because I don't know what else to do. I cannot wait to go to bed, catch up on some sleep. Oh man, it was some banging fights in Chicago, dude. I gotta say, well worth no sleep. That's the definition of this card, is well worth no sleep, man. Like, I gotta say, I expected Dricus to be able to come back in those later rounds, but Khamzat's cardio, man, that was different. We haven't seen Khamzat have cardio like that, man. That guy's got cardio now. That's a scary fighter. Oh, excuse me. Now that Khamzat Chimaev has cardio, that is a scary, scary thing to think about in the UFC. Like, what do they even do? How does somebody beat that guy? Hell, he might fight in Abu Dhabi and ragdoll somebody there, whether it's, I don't know, Imavov, Bohayo, like, that guy's an animal. You're gonna have to go through something out of this world to beat that guy. I don't see anybody beating that guy, man. That is, especially if he keeps putting up performances like we just saw on Saturday night. Dude, it's going to take something monstrous to beat Khamzat Chimaev, dude. I don't see many people beating that guy for a long time if he keeps putting up performances like that, man. I mean, with some of Khamzat's fights in the past, like, let's use Gilbert Burns or Kamaru Usman, for example, like those guys got better the later the rounds went on. Like, they were able to take it to him as Khamzat dropped off and wasn't in as good of a shape. I mean, Khamzat controlled the pace the whole time. The key to beating someone like Khamzat is just running away almost and not letting him dictate the pace. You gotta be the one to dictate the pace against that guy. And that is something not a lot of people are going to be able to do against an absolute machine like Khamzat Chimaev. That is going out. Whoever gets in there next with him, I don't know what the top 15 looks like at middleweight right now, but I mean, you got maybe Strickland if he gets another win. You could make the Paulo Costa fight, but that's kind of pushing it. Like, I don't know what you do with Khamzat at the moment. I think you just kind of keep him on the sideline till December or January, and then maybe you give him the winner of Ohio and Imavov. But It's going to take a pretty big monstrous effort to beat Khamzat Chimaev, and if you're talking to me, guys, it's going to be a hard-ass battle to try and beat that guy in a cage. I swear to God. But anyway, who else we got to talk about? Yeah, Lerone Murphy. Oh my God, what a spinning elbow. What a spinning elbow by Lerone Murphy to take out Aaron Pico like that. Like, actually, no, I should talk about Dricus du Plessis for a little bit. Yeah, he just had nothing for Khamzat, man. I don't know what you say. I don't know what you give Dricus now. I think Dricus should just take a breather after that, man. I mean, he's had 3 fights now as the champion of that division. Well, I mean, I guess he wasn't the champion in the Strickland fight. Maybe you do a rematch between those two, but I don't think there's much there that warrants a rematch other than how many title defenses Dricus had. I mean, he only had 2, Izzy and Strickland. So, like, I don't know where Dricus goes from here. Maybe he takes some time on the sidelines, fights Whitaker again, maybe, or RDR. RDR would be a good fight. And maybe the winner of that gets Khamzat again. I don't know. I really don't know what you do or where you go from there with those guys, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see where this division goes from here, man. And let's talk some more fights from here because, yeah, you pretty much got to give Khamzat the winner of Bohayo and Imavov, and yeah, if you put Dricus against maybe RDR, that fight's gonna be fucking Looney Tunes shit. But anyway, yeah, let's talk Lerone Murphy. The Miracle definitely put a highlight stomper on that one, man. Oh my God, what a spinning elbow KO by Lerone Murphy. Just like, what? Like, oh my God, how beautiful was that? I mean, I didn't quite know what to expect from Aaron Pico. It's been like 1.5 years since he fought last. So, could be a lot of different things from Aaron Pico in this fight. And I mean, he controlled the pace well. Aaron Pico was on the front foot. He was a pressure fighter. I mean, very skilled boxer and all-American wrestler. I think Aaron Pico is a dangerous matchup for a lot of people in the division. I really do, but I will say I figured Lerone Murphy would win, but not quite like that, man. Oh my God, that spinning elbow. And it came out of nowhere. I mean, you kind of seen him setting up a big shot like that when Pico rushed in. I mean, he landed that elbow, and he landed the knee the 2 times they clinched before that. And yeah, that time around when Aaron Pico was rushing in, what? Oh man, and that's crazy, dude. I thought this fight had Lerone Murphy decision. That was almost my lock of the card. Like, I figured Lerone Murphy would win, but I will say, now that he's got a big statement, I believe he should fight Alex Volkanovski next. I mean, if Evloev just keeps pulling out of fights, his last win was against Aljo, who's like number 8 or number 7 in the division. So, I would give the title shot to Lerone next. I mean, I don't know what you do at featherweight here. Maybe you give... No, you can't put Evloev up against Ortega. Like, let's see the rankings here. I'm trying to pull up the UFC website here right now. But if you go to the rankings page, currently Evloev sits as number 1. Lopez is booked against John Silva in about a month, so can't book him. Maybe Evloev goes up against Rodriguez. I think that would be a good fight. I don't think Rodriguez is fighting anytime soon. Ryan Ortega is nowhere near a title shot. Maybe you give Ortega Arnold Allen. Aljamain Sterling, Josh Emmett gives you some good fights. Yusuf Salal's coming up. John Silva's obviously booked against Diego Lopez. Patricio Pitbull deserves an upper fight after beating Dan Ige. Like, good matchups there at featherweight to be had, but you gotta put Aaron Pico in that mix now. Maybe you book Aljo versus Aaron Pico. I don't know. There's some interesting fights to be had, but I definitely believe Lerone Murphy should be next in line for the featherweight title. When that fight happens, I don't know. Volkanovski seems to think December. I think that's a pretty good timeline for both guys. Aaron Pico, I mean, he's going to need some time to recover from that knockout. I hope we see him in the new year as what the Aaron Pico we expected him to be, because I highly rate Aaron Pico. I didn't quite know what to expect from him, but I expected a good fighter in that cage at the very least. And he showed that. I mean, he was fighting great up until he got knocked out. Nothing to take away like, nothing to hang your head about if you're Aaron Pico, in my opinion, but yeah, it's a moment for Lerone the Miracle Murphy, and we'll see how he does against Volkanovski, man. I do believe he should be next in line for the title, though, after a beautiful knockout like that. Speaking of spinning elbows, how about 2 of them in the same night? I figured Carlos Prates would knock out Jeff Neal. I mean, the power, the skills, the range, the length. I will say Carlos Prates is becoming very quickly one of my favorite fighters in the UFC. Just comes out to Rick Ross in purple Lamborghini for a Brazilian, and then just goes and beats the hell out of people in the cage like it's no effort at all. Rips cigs in the post-fight press conference. Just racking darts like it's no tomorrow, man. Like, how could you not love Carlos Prates, man? That guy is an absolute animal. And I really hope he gets that Leon Edwards fight. That'll be really fun to watch. Now I want to see what... I mean, we're going to talk about this later, but I really want to see what they do for Carlos Prates in that welterweight division. Oh, Carlos Prates versus Colby Covington in Rio. How sick would that be? That the storyline behind that. Oh my god, that could feed families. I'm not even gonna lie. You could do Carlos Prates versus Joaquin Buckley. Oh man, there's a lot of good matchups for Prates. And I mean, Ian Gary, I mean, he just fought Ian Gary, but you never know, he could match up with him. Maybe Sean Brady needs an opponent? I think that's a good fight. Obviously, we know Jack Della Maddalena is going to be fighting Islam probably in November at Madison Square Garden. So, gonna be some big fights coming up at welterweight. And there's a lot of big fights coming up. We're in a really good time for the UFC right now. But maybe Bilal? Bilal's obviously waiting for an opponent. Carlos Prates could be a good person for Bilal Muhammad to match up against. I mean, Michael Morales is coming up the ranks too. That would be a good fight, but yeah, lots of good matchups at 170, man. I mean, I gotta say though, I do feel bad for Jeff Neal. I mean, yeah, you hate to see somebody get knocked out that badly, like, because that was a brutal knockout right on the horn too. Boom! Just lights out. Done for the days. It's a beautiful knockout by Carlos Prates, but you gotta feel for Jeff Neal a little bit. He's a really tough, solid fighter. I believe that's the first time he's ever been knocked out, too. That's never happened to a guy like Jeff Neal, man. So, the fact that Carlos Prates was able to make a huge statement and finish Jeff Neal like that, I feel like that should say a lot about Carlos Prates, in my opinion. In terms of where Jeff Neal goes from here, I mean, Gabriel Bonfim. Oh, Jeff Neal versus MVP? That could be fun too. That could be really fun. Well, we might as well talk about him now that I bring up his name. MVP Michael Venom Page got a big win at UFC 319 against Jared Cannonier. Pretty much the exact fight I expected. MVP just controlling the range, picking his shots, dropping them on occasions. Like, I expected Jared Cannonier to just kind of freeze in front of MVP, and I mean, when he finally stopped freezing when it came to the third round, got some takedowns, and I mean, MVP, man, I tried to tell people, MVP was the biggest lock on the card. Like, there was no way somebody like Jared Cannonier just wasn't gonna do that against a guy like MVP, who's so dynamic, picks angles, picks ranges just so beautifully. That's exactly what I expected, and I mean, yeah, I don't know what else you want me to say, man. MVP versus Jeff Neal, I think is a good fight. He says he wants to keep going back and forth between 170 and 185. MVP's definitely going to be a very active fighter to keep an eye on through the coming years, so watch out for MVP, man. He's going to be making some waves in the current 170 and middleweight landscape. Oh my god, I am tired. I need to get this video done. I guess we'll talk about Tim Elliott, Kai Asakura as well. I'm just gonna try and rapid fire these all off so I can edit this video and head to bed because, oh my god, dude, my brain is really not liking 5 hours of sleep. But I gotta say, that performance from Tim Elliott to come back like that was pretty impressive. I mean, you could tell Kai Asakura was the man just doing work on the feet. Like, he looked phenomenal, Kai Asakura. And I mean, once he works on his ground game, he's going to be a very good fighter. And I mean, he obviously built a bit off that Pantoja loss, but now after this loss against Tim Elliott, dude, come to America for like 3 months, go train with like Henry Cejudo, get your wrestling and your ground game up. I think you've got really decent potential as a great fighter in the UFC. Rising champ. Yeah, like his grappling's just not there at the moment. Good win for Tim Elliott, though. Pretty much getting pieced up on the feet. Land the takedown, get the sub, get Kai Asakura out of there. I honestly believe that was Tim Elliott's only method to victory. I had Kai Asakura winning the fight, but good, like, before the fight. Like, that was my pre-fight prediction, so good win for Tim Elliott. Yeah, Mikhail Oleksiejczuk, he got a good win against GM3, a first-round TKO. New member of the Fighting Nerds as well. That team is just crazy, man. Maybe if Caio Borralho beats Imavov, then maybe you could see Borralho maybe having a chance against Khamzat, but it really just depends on how good his takedown defense is as well. Those Fighting Nerds will definitely help him. I mean, if John Silva's running at you, I mean, I know he's small, but that's pretty damn good simulation of what Khamzat Chimaev's gonna bring. It's just Khamzat who goes, ho, 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 ho. Oh, that guy is must-see TV, man. I really hope I get to watch this fight against Diego Lopez, because that guy is just must-see TV. He really is. But, who else do I want to give a shout out to here? Who was Khamzat's teammate? I guess I'll have a look at the card. I haven't really looked at the card past those fights. Oh, I want to see the past event. There we go. Plessis versus Chimaev. All right. Yes. Banasagar Surkayev. Surkayev, I think that's how you say his name. He beat Eric Nolan by submission in the second round. Literally fought deadass 5 days ago, and then goes and gets another submission on Saturday. Wins on Tuesday, wins on Saturday. Life's pretty damn good if you're Basaner Surkayev at the moment. Lupi Gomez got a win against Jessica Andrade. Good for her. Unanimous decision win. What you expect for a women's MMA fight, I guess. Alexander Hernandez knocks out Chase Hooper at the bell. Two at the bell knockouts. That's kind of crazy. Shout out Alex Hernandez. Chase Hooper's just got to lay off the gooning, I guess. Oh, Chase Hooper. Drakkar Klose beats Edson Barbosa by decision. That actually kind of surprises me. I mean, Edson probably should retire at this point. Just give him a fight in Brazil. Let him retire in peace, because Edson, man, you just gotta hang it up. Coreni Silva beats Deone Barbosa by decision. Can't say I watched that fight either. And Joseph Morales wins the Ultimate Fighter, beating Albi Idris by submission in round 2. Okay, cool. I didn't watch anything of the Ultimate Fighter this year. Let me know in the comments, guys. Was it good? Was it not? But yeah, that's my recap of UFC 319, guys. That's where we're gonna leave it. Definitely my favorite moments of the night were Lerone Murphy and Carlos Prates. Let me know whose knockout was better. Personally, I would say Lerone Murphy's, just because he was the one doing the countering and he timed it so beautifully. Like that, I think that was amazing. I mean, Carlos Prates was great, but the way Lerone Murphy did it, I think Lerone Murphy topped it, in my opinion. You can't do much better than that. Yeah, there's only been, what? Before tonight, there was only 8 spinning elbow knockouts in the UFC, and then we had 2 of them in one night. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Anyways, guys, let me know what you thought of UFC 319 in the comments down below. And I guess I'll see you guys in about a month and a half when UFC 320 rolls around. Pereira versus Ankalaev 2, and Dvalishvili versus Corey Sandhagen, that's right. How is that card looking at the moment? I kind of want to see who's all on that card currently. UFC 320. What does this fight card look like? Yuri Prohaska, Kirill Roundtree. Oh my god. Abus Magomedov versus Joe Pyfer. Oh my god, Joe Pyfer's gonna have a lot of racist things to say, isn't he? Edmund Shabazian versus Andre Muniz is a good fight. Ateba Gautier versus Ozzy Diaz. Veronica Hargy versus Brogan Walker. Not a lot of great fights here. Definitely some entertaining ones. I mean, Yuri Khalil will be fun. Seeing Joe Pyfer at middleweight against Abus Magomedov will be fun. But yeah, time will tell to see how that fight card goes. But anyways, drop your comments down below. Smash that like button. Hit subscribe. Turn those notifications on so you never miss any future UFC content, guys. And yeah, shout out Man United. Even though we lost, we finally played good. Mateus Cunha and Brian Mbuema are going to feed families this year for my footy fans out there. That's another, I should not have woke up early today. So essentially, long story short, but I had to wake up early today is, me and my friends usually go up to, I live about an hour and a half out of the city where we go watch games at the bars. I have a friend from Ireland who just really loves to do that. I don't know, he does it like every weekend. I'm like, man, that is a lot of money just to go up to a bar, watch a game, and head home. But, yeah, like, nothing wrong with it. I think it was a good time, and yeah. He's an Arsenal fan, too, so he was rubbing it in my face a little bit. We've played so much better than Arsenal, I swear to God. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked about football talk now. Yeah, let me know what you got for UFC 320 in the comments down below. Hopefully there's some more banger fights on there, and I'll see you guys next time around when Pereira vs. Ankalaev 2 rolls around. Until then, guys, take care, and bye!